Now you want to add 2 tablespoons of sugar to your 4 cups of flour. Add in 2 teaspoons of salt and mix well. After mixing, we're going to place that bowl aside and get a separate bowl, add 1 egg and 1 cup of water. You want to make sure this is mixed well. In a saucepan on medium-high heat, we're going to take 4 tablespoons of butter, 1/3 cup of milk, and we're going to mix that well until the butter is melted. Now going back to the egg water mixture you just made, we're going to be pouring our hot buttermilk in there, and you want to be careful when you're doing this. You want to do it slowly because we don't want to make scrambled eggs, guys. If you've ever made homemade bread before, let me know in the comments below what kind. After you have that mixed well, we're going to take a packet of active dry yeast and we're going to sprinkle that all over top and let that sit to the side for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, this is what your yeast should look like. It's like a foamy texture on top. We're going to take our flour mixture that we placed to the side and pour our yeast mixture into that. When mixing this, you're going to want to use a spatula and not a whisk, and we're going to just mix it up until we get a doughy ball shape to form. This is what it should look like when you're all done, and we're going to be pouring some olive oil on top of the dough and rubbing that all in so it doesn't form a dry crust during the rising period. I like to take some damp paper towel and drape that over the bowl to help it keep some moisture inside, and I will place the lid on top of that. We're going to set this aside and let it rise for 3 hours. Now that your dough is done rising, we're going to take a fork and just deflate the dough by poking some holes into it. Now take some flour, we're going to sprinkle that all over our workspace so we can put the dough on top of it. We're going to be cutting this dough into either 8 to 10 sections. I want to use 10 because I want my buns to be a little bit smaller. Be safe when cutting, guys. Watch out for your fingers. We don't want to chop them off. We're going to be pulling the sections we cut apart and start to form them into round balls. Now, if your dough is still a little bit sticky, you can put some flour on top and put some flour on your hands, and that will keep the dough from sticking to you. I absolutely love making this brioche recipe, guys. It's so easy to make, it's done in no time, and the best part is that you do not have to knead the dough. If you guys have any suggestions on what type of recipes you would like to see me make or even recreate, I would love to know in the comments below. I went ahead and placed a piece of parchment paper onto a baking sheet, and we're just going to take our balls of dough and place them onto the baking sheet. After you have your balls of dough placed onto the baking sheet, we're just going to set that off to the side and let it rise for another hour. You also want to preheat your oven to 425 during this time and start getting an egg wash ready. So to make an egg wash, we're going to use 1 egg and 1 tablespoon of water and mix it well. Now that your buns have had time to rise and double in size, we're going to take that egg wash and brush it over each bun. After you're done placing egg wash on every bun, you're going to want to place these into the oven for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes is up, these are what your brioche buns should look like. Don't they look so good, guys? Now there's so many ways you can use these buns. You can make them with sandwiches, you can have a burger, you can even tear them up and make overnight French toast. It's so delicious, guys. I'm watching this footage back and I'm just like, why didn't I use a bread knife? Like, that was such a struggle for no reason. But I wanted to show you guys how light and fluffy the inside is. Like, I was pressing pretty hard and it just bounced right back. Did you guys catch that? I had butter on my knife and I was going to spread it on the top bun and it fell off and landed on the other half. Now this is the simplest way to eat this bread, guys, with butter. It's so delicious, and if you guys give it a try, please let me know. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye!